So this will be available in our YouTube channel, Blue Palette Art Studio. Okay, so if you can go there, you can right now also watch it. But right now, so it is available here. Later on, you can go back and watch it. So generally, what are the objects we see? There will be a bucket for sure. So for drawing the bucket, we have to draw an imaginary line. Imaginary line which will run through the middle of the bucket. Now, this is the top of the bucket, but the top of the bucket is generally circle. Why we are doing so? Because from where we are seeing, we will see the bucket like this only. The top will be visible. वो और भी ऊपर हो जाएगा तो फिर एकदम simple एक line लगेगा. But as of now, it will look like this only. Entire drawing has to be done very, very lightly. And for elementary people, this object drawing, you will get 2.5 hours. And for intermediate people, you will get 3 hours. So you can take your time and do it very super nicely. In object drawing, we are getting the maximum time. So please try to make it very nice with all the shadows and the light and the shade, everything. Now for intermediate, I'm showing something extra which will not be there in elementary. There will be a drape, like a cloth will come out from here. Okay, so we will be erasing this corner of the bucket. It can be from this corner, it can be from this corner. और बकेट को रखा रहेगा कुछ बुक्स के ऊपर, उसके ऊपर एक अच्छा सा कवर देके रखा रहेगा. So you can do the cover or you can just leave. For intermediate, it is necessary to do the cover. Elementary, you have a choice. You can do this cover or you can just leave it. So this will take a turn over here on this tabletop, and the drape will come somewhere like this. Now there will be two other objects. I will show a jug and a pot. Actually, there will be one natural object. I will also show you एक नारियल दिखाएंगे. Also one jug. Over here also you can draw this line, so it helps us to make both the sides equal. This can be a still kind of jug or something. So we will also see how to paint a still object. Once you are done, you can erase the lines. Please ask me if you have any questions in between. If you have any questions, do ask me. Abhi, we over here, I will keep a nariyal. Okay, now this cover will come over here. And then it will be spreaded like this. Again, elementary people can do this or they can avoid this. Okay, so this is the basic drawing. Now I will color. Tithi, I am showing the drawing and this drawing is live in YouTube. You will get the video later on. So from there you can later on see and draw. Now just watch what I am doing. Okay? Achha. Now here we have to determine where the light is coming from. So I will suppose that the light is coming from this direction. See, the light is coming from the right. Now, in elementary, those who are going to the elementary exam, you will see that you will not be able to determine the light because वहाँ पे generally tube light, 2-3 tube light जलता है तो फिर कहाँ से light आ रहा है? You will not be able to understand. Okay? You just determine your own light area. Like this is the light area for my jug. And this will be the light area for my bucket. And very lightly, I will draw these lines. So lightly that it will not be visible when I paint. Now I'll start with a background color. Now, when you will be given these buckets and everything, try to maintain the color of the bucket. Color of the drapes and all you can change, but color of the bucket do not change. Color of the bucket and other objects, try not to change. Okay. Now, mostly you will not have, elementary will not have this background grid as well. But if you have, like first we will apply this light color and after that we will apply some dark colored fold. And we are using watercolors for this. See some lines which will give you the look of a fold. Now, since this area is a little big, I am not disturbing this right now. I will come directly to the lower drape. So here also, let me see, I will take a little contrasting color. Maybe I will take a green or something. Again, the same thing, I will go for the lighter wash. Whatever the color of the green be, you can do this way, like first light wash and then dark wash. As long as it is the same color, if you're using the right shade, does not matter. But it will matter for the bucket and all. Okay, try to maintain the proper shades of the bucket and the rest of the objects. Elementary people will get 3 objects. उसमें एक natural object and 2 man-made object. So बस bucket and this jug is a man-made object and this nariyal is a natural object. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
तो फिर हाँ ना yes no कुछ तो बोलो. मैं ही बकी जा रही हूँ. लग रहा है कि सब लोग सो गए. अच्छा ठीक है, अभी तो काम नहीं करना है. चलो थोड़ा मूवी देख लेते हैं, कार्टून्स देख लेते हैं. Can I have the videos on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thanks. So Blue Palette Art Studio, if you go to the website, we are featuring different kind of videos, art videos only, of course. So you can get the benefit of everything. Okay, now by this time my bucket is this area is dry. So I am doing kind of a red color in the bucket, pinkish red, you may say. This is the inner part of the bucket. Again, a very basic shade. Okay, now what I'm showing is watercolor on for objects. In one of the next classes, I will show you oil pastel for object drawing. You can do it with oil pastel as well, very, very nicely. It is not required to do watercolor. You will be given options. So you can as well do oil pastel if you are comfortable. At least for elementary people, I will say go for oil pastel. Intermediate people, maybe painting is okay, but oil pastel is a mandatory for memory drawing. Okay. For memory drawing, don't go for watercolor because the time is super limited. So you won't be able to finish. Go only and only for oil pastels. No watercolor. And this holds for both elementary and intermediate. Intermediate, फिर भी you have 1.5 hours, you can try. If you practice hard, you can try, but elementary to only go for oil pastel. Because they, trust me, they won't give you a single minute. They will snatch away your paper. Now see, this area being the lightest, light is falling over there. Slowly on the left hand side, I am increasing the dark value. It may not increase at the same time. So like I will let it dry now. And then I will go for the next coat. Because abhi मैं अगर second coat देने जाऊंगी ना, the color will come out. So I will leave it for now. I go to the other object. So by this time, what I'll do is I will lightly color, give the basic coat of our coconut. A few objects, if you can, those who are giving exam now, if you can write down a few objects which you need to practice. One is the bucket. The bucket is a for sure thing. You can practice a mug along with the bucket. Then you can practice nariyal, like coconut, tomatoes, bananas, and capsicums. So these are the very, very common objects which they give for exam. Intermediate, you can practice along with this, you can practice a slice of oat or क्या बोलते हैं उसको, कद्दू, the pumpkin. Yes, you can practice some pumpkin, slice of pumpkin. See, I'm creating the shadows of the bucket. Very, very important. These are the things which they will see. Whether you are creating the shadows, the dark and light shades. So if the light is from this side, from the right hand side, but natural that the shadow will fall on the left hand side, isn't it? Also, where the object is kept, that area also gets some shadow. Now this has dried. I will apply the second coat of colors, which is quite dark. Now there are two ways we can make the color dark. One is using less of water. And the second way will be, I will show you mixing some other color. So maybe with red, we can mix a pinch of blue if required, if it is absolutely necessary to make it even more darker. If we are not taking the proper dark value, then we can do so. adding a little bit of glue to our bread. See, this is not necessary, but we are just doing it to increase the drama. Now, after doing this, the lower value looks lighter. So here I will get a little pinch of black and mixing it with green, I will create this. Okay, so now this is the water jug, and we want to make it a skill jug. Now, to give it the effect of skill, first what I'll do is I will apply some plain water. Now, if you know, like in skill or this kind of metals, the reflection is much more than that of plastic. So in plastic, if one place has this light, in skill, more places will have the light. And the skill will take the color of the surrounding objects as well. Somehow, less or more, they will be reflecting in the skill. Now, to start with, I will add some gray. See, here I am adding a pinch of green along with the gray. How do we make gray? Anyone?
Black,
How do we make a gray color?
black and white.
No.
Black and white.
No. Many times I have told you how to make a very interesting gray. Blue and brown. Mix blue and brown and see how nicely it looks like gray. You can do it right away and see. So please do remember, black and white becomes a very, it becomes gray, but it will be a little boring kind of gray. Whereas when you mix blue and brown, you will see the gray will have a bluish tinge. Sometimes it will have a brownish or reddish tinge. Gray does not mean it has to be all boring. Some places I will increase the gray now, like this corners or something. See, it should not look like a gray colored pot, okay? Should look like a steel pot. Please go back to the video and especially Shruti, those who are giving intermediate, do practice skill objects and glass objects. Maybe in next session I'll show you how to do a glass object. Okay. Now this one is by now this one is almost dry. So which color to be used? We can use any color, but like the colors do not mix with each other. So I will be using yellow and orange. So here I'll be using, like here I used initially the lemon yellow. Here I'll be using medium yellow. At the same time, just keep in mind it should not mix with the background drape color, okay? It should be more orange specific. So this is the base color, but I will quickly turn it to orange by adding some vermilion red to the yellow. Before it all dries, I'm doing it. So the color will nicely mix with the yellow and give you a orangish look. Slowly increasing the dark values. Don't make the lines. Shruti, see how we are doing now. ऊपर की तरफ थोड़ा बहुत रहेगा लाइट और नीचे की तरफ काफी डार्क, but the lines has to be ना very softly done.
हाँ मैम.
लाइन्स नहीं रहेगा, मतलब उतना हर एक लाइन दिखाना जरूरी नहीं है.
हाँ हाँ ठीक.
So increasing the drape lines. And finally, the very thin brush, we will take a little bit of gray and create this. Okay. So this is more or less the drawing. I will stop the live in YouTube.